Hey everyone, in today's video, we'll be showing you how you can create the perfect blog post that will actually rank on Google in less than 30 minutes. And these are the same strategies that we used to help us create 1,000, 2,000, and even 5,000 word blog post. And the process is pretty simple, but it's been very proven in helping us to create blog posts very quickly, but also making sure that they're very optimized so that the chances of them ranking on Google is a lot higher. So we'll be going through each one of these steps, and what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the free way in which you can do it, but I'll also show you the way in which you can use tools to help you get things done a little bit faster. But nevertheless, by the end of this video, you will have the knowledge and the tools to go ahead and create your blog post a lot quicker. The first step to creating your blog post is first making sure it's worth writing about a topic. And that happens when you do your keyword research. So there's a couple of ways in which you can do keyword research, both paid and free. Now, I believe that keyword research is one of the most important parts of growing an online blog. So I've invested in Ahrefs, which is one of the best keyword research tools in the market. But if you're not able to have access to Ahrefs, I'll also show you a couple other ways in which you can do keyword research for free. But if you do have access to Ahrefs, this is how I would go about my keyword research. So for instance, if I wanted to write about entrepreneurship, then I would search up this topic and just click search. And once I click search, I'm gonna head over to matching terms. And as you can see, there's over 76,000 keywords with a total volume of 400K. Now, I'm just going to filter this down by reducing the keyword difficulty, because if you are a newer blog, you will want to target keywords that have a lower difficulty. And a neat trick that you can use if you're looking for long tail keywords, then you can increase the word count to 3. So the minimum word count would have to be 3 or higher. So that will make sure that you're getting some longer tail keywords. Now, the second method when using Ahrefs is to copy one of your competitors and head back over to the Site Explorer, and we're going to paste that URL in there. And once you paste the URL, you'll then be able to see an overview of your competitor's website. And if you're solely doing keyword research, you want to head over to the organic keywords, and then again, we're going to filter this down to the maximum 10 keyword difficulty. And as you can see, if you go down, you'll be able to see some of the keywords that your competitors rank for, and the keyword difficulty isn't too high, so if you're a newer blog, then you may be able to compete for that keyword. If you don't currently have an Ahrefs account, then a free tool you can use is Ubersuggest. And what I would do, I would go back and I would copy the competitor. But keep in mind while you're doing this is that you only have a limited amount of uses per day. So if you're doing your keyword research, I'm going to grab the competitor and I'm going to click search. And then once I click search, I'm going to head over to top pages by traffic. I'm going to put the URL and then I'm going to click search. And as you can see, there's only one of 3 free daily searches available. So you'll only be able to do this for maybe 3 of your competitors, so be very careful when doing your searches. And once you do your search, you'll be able to see the top pages from that website. So you want to go through those top pages, and let's say that I'm a blogger and I would like to write about, maybe starting a blog. So I can look at this blog post right here and be able to tell what keywords were being used in this blog post, and then be able to get some ideas for my own blog post. So just to double check and make sure that you know what keywords are being targeted, you can head back over to the keywords by traffic, and you're gonna put the URL right in here. And then from the keyword filters, I'm going to add the keyword filter of blog. So because we knew that this post is about a blog, so we'll try to figure out how much traffic that blog post is getting just from writing about how to start a blog, which will help us in our keyword research and blog creation. And you click enter, and then you will click apply. And right here, we could see for blogging, how to start a blog, how to start blogging, right? They're getting over 200,000 search volume. They rank pretty highly. So you can see right here, this blog post is generating a lot of traffic. So you can see right here that this is obviously a very good keyword with a high amount of volume, but as you can see, the SEO difficulty is pretty high. Another pretty cool way in which you can do keyword research is by heading over to Ahrefs, and if you scroll all the way down, you'll actually see some free SEO tools. So what you can do right here is you can do a keyword difficulty checker, and we're going to open that link. And from here, if you have any ideas about keywords that are being ranked for, or if you see competitors that are using a lot of keywords, then you can simply enter that keyword in here and check the difficulty. Boom, I could see right here that this is a super hard keyword to rank for. And if I scroll down, you'll be able to see the top 3 results and see some information about those websites. And you can also use the keyword rank checker. You put any keyword in here, and then you put a domain in here, and you can check the rankings for that keyword for that specific domain. So those are a couple of ways in which you can do keyword research. Again, I highly recommend that you invest in a keyword research tool, whether it be Ahrefs or another company. I just happen to use this because keyword research is really going to be the foundation for your blog. So from using the same methods, I found a keyword that I think would be pretty easy to rank for. As you can see, it's a difficulty of 5. If we scroll down on Ahrefs, it shows us the top 10 results. And I could see here that the DR, which is the domain authority for these websites, are pretty weak. So this one is only a DR of 4. This one has a DR of 11. This one 38. So right off the bat, this tells me that this may be an easy keyword to rank for. Now, obviously, this isn't a perfect method, and there are different variables to this. But if there's weaker websites ranking on the top 10 of Google, then I have a better chance to rank my website, especially if it has a higher DR than these websites. And again, if you have any keywords and you want to check the difficulty of that keyword, again, you can use Ahrefs' free keyword difficulty checker tool. So now that you know how to do keyword research using both free and paid methods, and you've selected a keyword that you want to write about, it's time to plan and write your blog post. So when writing and planning your blog post, the tool that we use within our business is called Jarvis AI. Now, Jarvis AI is an AI copywriter, and it helps you write copy for your blog post 10 times quicker than it would if you had to do it manually. And we've been using this for the past couple months within our own business to create hundreds of blog posts. And it's really been a lifesaver, and it's really accelerated the content creation and blog creation within our business. So we'll leave a 5-day trial below this video in which you can check out and use Jarvis AI to see how you can use it to help grow your blog. So to plan and write this blog post, I'm going to be using the long form assistant, and I'm going to use the blog post workflow. So now that we know our keyword that we'll be using, which is myths of an entrepreneur, so I'm going to describe the content, which is going to be about the myths of an entrepreneur and how you can overcome those myths. I'm going to click continue. Now it's going to generate a title for this blog post. And this title can always be changed, so I wouldn't put too much weight on whichever title you choose. Okay, so this seems pretty good. So I'm going to then generate an intro paragraph. And the AI will actually create an intro paragraph depending on the inputs that I put above. So you can just click generate more ideas to get more intro paragraphs and just read through each one of these. Sometimes you have to generate some more ideas to get better output, but usually you'll find a pretty good intro paragraph. And also, if you find one that's decently good, you can always choose it and then add in sort of your own flair to make it better. So this one here seems pretty good. We all have preconceived notions of what entrepreneurs are like. They are usually always seen as successful, happy people, So this is pretty good. So I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to click open editor. And within this editor is where all of the magic will happen. Now, I do know that this is a paid tool, but you can do the same thing by using a Google Docs, but obviously you'll have to write the intro by yourself. But don't worry, because we'll also show you how you can do this without using an AI. But trust me, it does take a lot less longer, and it's much easier to create blog posts while using a powerful AI like Jarvis. So now that we've done our intro, what we're going to do now is create an outline for our blog post. So there's two ways in which we can do so. The first is by heading over to the power mode, and I'm going to go to blog post outline, and I've already ran this output. So you can see here that we get a couple outputs that we can use for the subheadings for this blog post. So the second one is pretty good. So all I'm going to do is copy this. So now we have 6 subheadings that we can use for our blog post. But we're not finished here. What we're going to want to do now is head over to Google, and we're going to Google the keyword that we're writing about, and I'm going to open each and every one of these websites that are ranking on the top page of Google, and we're going to go through each one of them to see what information they're including and what their subheadings are and other good practices that they're using in their blog post that we could use in ours to make sure that we're competing with the top ranking blogs. So for instance, this topic isn't there, so I'm going to copy it, head back over to Jarvis, and I'm going to paste this in here. And I'm going to do this for all new subheadings to make sure that I'm covering all my bases for this blog post. So just from going through all of the top ranking blogs, I already have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I already have about 9 subtopics, and these are what I got from doing manual research. These are the ones that I got from using Jarvis. So even if I didn't have access to Jarvis, I can just go ahead, boom, these are the subtopics. So as you can see, you can follow this same process if you don't have access to an AI writer and still be able to gather your information and create your outline fairly quickly. If you're using Jarvis AI, this is the best method you can use to help you get input very quickly for your blog post. So I've used the 3 asterisk to make sure that Jarvis doesn't repeat any information from above, and I've updated the content brief and the title. So in the content brief, I've explained what I'll be talking about here. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to click compose. I'm going to change this to long, and I'm going to click compose, and the AI will start writing about this subtopic right here. So we just have to reformat that. But as you can see, we have a pretty good paragraph here about myth number 1. So let's move on to myth number 2. Compose. Again, I just have to reformat this. Again, guys, this isn't AI. It's not perfect. But as you can see, it does help write content a lot quicker. And this is especially helpful if you're not very good at English or you're not very good at writing. And for me, I was a decent writer, but when you're writing so much content, you want to be able to leverage the AI to help you get through blog posts much, much quicker. But you can see the process here is much different than if we had to manually go out and write about each one of these topics, and we would have to do research, and that takes a lot of time. Right here, we have over 700 words, in which we would need to obviously format, and this could be less, but we've done this in probably less than 10 minutes already. But look at how quickly we can create a blog post that's much longer and more in depth than any other blog post on Google. And another cool feature that's included with Jarvis is called the SEO mode. So the SEO mode integrates SurferSEO with Jarvis. And SurferSEO is a tool that allows you to optimize your content even faster. So what they do is they pull the aggregate of all of these blog posts that are ranking on the first page of Google, and they figure out how many times a specific keyword is being used in a blog post, what blog post topics you should include, what subtopics you should include, and so on and so forth. So it's a really, really good software. It's also a paid tool. Now this tool is optional. Now this tool is definitely optional because you can do all of these things just by going ahead and reading through these blog posts yourself. And once you do so, more likely or not, you're going to include the subtopics that needs to be included, and you're going to include the keywords that would normally be included in your blog post just by naturally writing about a specific topic. But if you want to take up your blog creation process a notch, then I would recommend this tool because it takes the guesswork out of optimizing your content. So we'll also leave a link below this video in which you can check out SurferSEO to see how you can start optimizing your blog post content. As you can see, it'll give you a content brief number between 0 and 100. So 100 would mean you're fully optimized, and anything less than 10 would be poorly optimized. It'll actually show you the amount of words in which your blog post needs to be, the headings, and you can also get some ideas for headings right here by clicking the headings section. And you can see what sort of words or target keywords need to be included in your blog post, but also you'll see how many times they need to be included. And when you combine SurferSEO with Jarvis, it's like putting your blog content creation mode on steroids, because you'll be able to create content a lot faster using the AI, but then you'll also able to optimize the content even faster. So I highly recommend, if you're serious about growing your blog, that you guys get a keyword research tool, you get Jarvis, and optional is you can get SurferSEO as well. I know that some of you may not be in the position to get those tools right now, but trust me, it's an investment in your business. And if you're serious about your business, when you put money into it, it will make you work a little bit harder. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found some tools and strategies that you can use to help you create and optimize your blog post content a lot quicker. Also, if you would like to get notified when I upload a new video, you can click the notification button here, and every time I upload, you'll be the first one to see it. If you have any questions, then you can leave a comment below, and if you want to get in contact directly with me, I will be offering free consulting, so shoot me a message at Digital Creator Avi on Instagram. Until the next video, stay well.